Testing, 1 2 3. Testing, 1 2 3. Testing, 1 2 3. Testing, 1 2 3. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Linda Janine. I am back for another video, another review of the Ratchet TV Sunday shows that I love to watch every Sunday night. So we have Baddies Chapter 2 USA, Baddies USA Chapter 2, which came out last Sunday. It is Thursday, so I am running the fuck behind, y'all. Uh, if you could see, I finally did my hair, finally took out the braids. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with it next. That was just a big relief off of me because I was stressing out about taking the braids out, but I'm just so happy that I got it done. Now I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do next. Probably a week, probably a week. I'm also going to start doing reviews for BBO. Now that's TV. I'm going to work on that today as well. So that way I can be up to date when Sunday comes. I can just start bringing them out to you. I'm not doing Baddies Gone Wild. That's just not something that I'm really interested in watching. Shout out to Laura, though, or it's Lori, who's over there doing her thing. I see it. I'm like, okay, girl. She's from Now That's TV. She's doing her thing. The Now That's TV girls seem like they might be, doing a big one on Zeus. Hopefully they stay. So let's go ahead and get into the show. Before we do that, though, I do ask that you do like, comment, and subscribe for your girl. Subscribe for me, daddy. Yes, please subscribe. That helps the algorithm when you like things, and when you leave comments. That helps us to stay engaged. So I'm loving it, and I thank y'all for watching. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so it all starts out with the girls. They're basically showing. I don't know if this is supposed to be the end of the season. They're showing you, giving us some foreshadowing of what's going to happen at the end of the season, showing us that pretty much it was chaotic, fights going left and right. I see Lex and my girl Rolly are going to get into some type of altercation. I'm trying to figure out how that's going to come about. I just never saw that coming. Um, and we just see a whole bunch of other people just fighting. It's chaotic, and we get to also see people are talking about it online. Rolly's stitches, I'm thinking that she got some type of arm lift, hopefully with proper, taking care of the wound, and she uses some different lightning cream and things like that. Hopefully it will make it look better sooner or later. So yeah, and I think she just had surgery, so I'm just like, why are you trying to fight right now, sis? You've been done busted something. But I digress. So we get to the beginning of the scene is Natalie Nunn with Co Killer and DTB singing their song, Do Your Big One, baby, do your big one. Hey, do your big one, baby, do your big one. I'm fucking with the song. I like it. I like it. So they're just basically shooting a music video for that. They do their introductions. Natalie, I don't have to say anything because y'all know who I am. Introduction ass, head ass. Then I think DTB does her introduction. Then we have um Cold Killer get introduced. So they're just going down the line of the girls that are going to be on the show. And I noticed that Cold Killer said that she got MVP, which I did not know that she got MVP, most valuable baddie. I'm trying to understand why she got MVP, but I guess y'all voted, and I didn't even know it was a voting thing. But I definitely wouldn't have thought Cold Killer. No shade, Cold Killer. So we started getting introduced to some more baddies. We have the baddies from Girls Gone Wild. And we see Bahati. She's the first one that comes into the scene with Natalie and DTB. Then they also bring in my girl, Showgirl Nick. I love me some Nick. Yes, I love Nick. She's a great dancer. I feel like I love her personality. She gives that girl, period. So I'm happy to see her on Baddies. I feel like Baddies is a good, what am I trying to say? Segue to trying to stay on Zeus, but I really want to see her dance. I wish that they would be able to incorporate, hopefully during the tour and stuff, they can incorporate her doing some dance moves or something like that. Because that's what the girl she's blessed with is dancing. Okay, so we're gonna see how that goes. When I tell you Nick looked high as hell, her eyes were so chinky. I was like, what the hell is this girl on? She knows she liked to drink. So, um, yeah. Then we have Cold Killer come in. She's like, I'm trying to see what these bitches on. Like, literally hugs everybody in the scene but Neek. And I was just like, why she ain't hug Neek? Like, Neek literally had to reach out to her to give her a hug. And then after that happened, that's when you get the confessional where she's saying, like, I gotta see what the fuck going on with these new girls. Fuck. Like, I'm like, okay, girl, like, we could be a little cordial or whatever. Y'all, you don't know them, but you ain't gotta be all like bitchy. So I'm guessing that they brought Cold Killer because of the big three or whatever, or the trio that they're supposed to have with her, Rican, and Fauna. So they brought her there to, I guess, kind of start talking about or bringing up what happened with Rican and how she felt some type of way about them letting her get jumped by Tinka at the reunion. I know there was a lot of stuff going online about that, about how she was feeling some type of way, and something to the matter of Cold Killer was saying that they talked about it. They said they weren't going to jump in each other's fights. So I don't know. I don't know what the hell going on. So as Natalie continues to talk about it, she's like, K Rika said something about both of y'all. And then Cold Killer's like, she didn't say nothing about us. I said something about her first. It was kind of like Poppy, like, girl, okay, like calm down. Like she want to make sure that we know that she was the one that popped it off first, I guess. Um, and then as far as Tavy Baby goes, calling Tavy a man, like I was just kind of like cringe. Like, why you got to be calling this lady a man? We know she not no man. Like that was just kind of to me with Coco. That's a little distasteful. I didn't really like it. So then we get to the part where Natalie and Rolly go see the Zeus baby, as they say. They went to go see Scotty and Lemmy and the baby. So they had the baby's face blocked out, and I just didn't really understand why. When we see on social media that the baby, we see the baby on social media, so I didn't really understand why they wanted to block out the baby for the scene. Actually, I don't understand the scene at all because we have literally just finished. I don't even know if it's finished all the way. Scotty with the baby. So it's like I guess they're just trying to incorporate her in the scene just because she's been on the show, or maybe she wanted to be incorporated in the scene somehow. And they just try to give like happy life. Like, I don't know. He came in with the baby, holding the baby, and he gives it to her. And it's just like, oh, like, but meantime, this man is on the show talking about a customizable relationship. I just don't, I'm just not vibing with it. I'm not fucking with it. I feel like it's definitely unorganic. Um, so it is what it is with that. Scotty and Natalie kind of go back and forth a little bit. Natalie is giving a little fey because you know that you're not really that happy about this baby and the situation with Scotty and Lemmy. But I'm here for the shade. I'm here for the shade of it all from Natalie. So then Scotty starts getting emotional about the baby and saying she feels like the baby is all that she needed. She's probably going through some type of postpartum, or, people in general that just have babies are emotional like that. So I felt, where she was coming from in that moment. So Natalie starts mentioning to Scotty that she's felt disrespected. And Scotty is like, I've never felt like I've disrespected you before. I always looked at you like a boss, a friend, um, someone that I can confide in. And Natalie feels like she's been disrespected. And I'm thinking that it's mainly based off of the relationship that she's had with Lemmy. I think of it like this: like, if I have a friend that I'm bringing on to a show, and I already have a friend in Janisha who is already on the show, who is up there in rank on the show. So this is my friend Janisha. I'm bringing on this girl, my friend, to the show. And I start noticing that Scotty's messing with Lemmy. Now, this all depends on if he was already messing with Lemmy or whatever the case may be. But I'm peeping what's going on. Meanwhile, my friend over here, Janisha, she looking at me like, bitch, did you know what was going on the whole time? So now I'm in the middle because it's like I'm betraying Janisha. I'm technically betraying you for talking to Janisha about it. And then I have a third party sitting here looking at me like probably telling me to shut the fuck up, which is Lemmy. So I feel like she could be in the middle, and she might have hurt Janisha when she found out that she knew that she was messing with Lemmy. It's just so many aspects to it. And I kind of feel Natalie when it comes to that, because we just don't know how messy it got behind the scenes with Janisha, Lemmy, and Scotty, and Natalie being involved because she brought Scotty on. Like she just said, I put you on. Um, we don't know if she truly put her on, because if she was fucking Lemmy before she got put on the show, then I'm sure that's who got her on. But if not, she met Lemmy through the show, then, she did put you on, sis. No shade. Natalie does mention that it can get annoying to her because she's able to get that entitlement from Lemmy. So she kind of does admit that, I'm not liking the fact that you are getting certain privileges because of who you are. I mean, at this point, she's probably getting privileges above Natalie. Like she's taking the PJ. Natalie probably can't even take the PJ. So I do think that that kind of irritates Natalie a little bit, but Natalie would never admit it. So then Rolly in her confessional says something like Natalie needs to try to stay out of their business. So it must be some type of truth to her inserting herself in their business. And pretty much they just kind of go back and forth a little bit. Well, you didn't do this, or you was talking to this person when I was beefing with them, and just kind of going back and forth. At this point, I just feel like it should be a work relationship, a professional relationship, and that's it. Period. Because I'm sick of hearing it. So then Natalie calls Tommy, and Tommy's on the shitter. She's taking a shit while she just had to announce that she was taking a shit. Basically, Natalie is telling Tommy that she needs to link up with Ciroc. I think that's her name. Which is the girl from the previous season that ended up getting her ass jumped out for trying to jump Biggie. She jumped Biggie at the club, and then she actually came back to the house to, I guess, finish the job, and ended up getting her ass jumped by like five girls. So now that, I guess, they got her on the show. Tommy is claiming that she don't know the girl like that, like she just got her off the street and told her that she wanted to fight. And Tommy was like, okay, cool. So that's how she got on the show. So now Natalie's wanting her to meet up with her so they can have a conversation. Um, about what's next, I guess? Or is it about the tension that's between the two? Because we can obviously tell that there's tension between them once they get to the restaurant. So we get the meeting with Ciroc and Tommy, where there are obviously some tensions that are high. She actually, Ciroc's from Houston, honey, and she said that she gonna show y'all why liquor don't freeze. I said, okay, bitch, show us then. So Tommy ends up showing up late as hell. Of course, I'm sure that girl was sitting there waiting for a long time for Tommy to come. We know how she is. Um, and so they start sitting down. They're having a conversation. It's kind of quiet, actually. It's a little awkward. It's like one person was expecting for the other person to say something, and the other person just didn't say it. So Tommy came in with the intention that Ciroc was going to apologize. She said that she spoke to Summer, and Summer said that Ciroc was on some apologetic type shit, and that's what the meeting that Tommy thought that's what the meeting was for. So didn't look like it was gonna go that way. So I guess Tommy had hired Ciroc to be on the show to fight her battles. I guess I'm just like, interesting, Tommy. You can't fight your own battles, sis. Interesting, Tommy, that she got jumped and you weren't able to assist. But when you get jumped, it's a big problem. Girl, get the heck out of here. Get the heck out of here. And Soraka's talking about that's so weird. Like, not that I expected you to, help me because to defend me, because I know that you can barely defend yourself. So I was just like, oh, shady. Shady boots, honey. And Tommy didn't say shit because we know Tommy really can't defend herself like that. Like, girl. So Ciroc is upset because Tommy is acting like she did not see her get jumped. I don't know what room she was in, but if she was in the room where she got jumped, then there's no way that she missed that, because baby, it was chaotic. I mean, they jumped the fuck out of that girl, multiple women. So I'm not sure how Tommy didn't see that. and Ciroc was like, "Well, you must be blind, because I don't. Any blind person would have been a person that wouldn't have seen that." And she was like, "Well, yeah, I guess I am blind." Da 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 da, talking shit. So apparently they were talking shit about each other online, talking about somebody's kids, talking about jewelry being fake. So yeah, they didn't end up fighting though. So apparently, after they finished having the conversation, Tommy goes downstairs, and looks like Tommy has some lap dogs with her in the vehicle. They start throwing alcohol or throwing water or some type of liquid substance up at Ciroc. Ciroc ends up coming downstairs to address these hoes. Apparently, Ciroc says that this is going to be her replacement, the girl downstairs that's throwing water and stuff. The second girl with Tommy. Um, Ciroc is going downstairs trying to go around the vehicle, and she's standing there and she's like, "What's up?" And they start fighting. She pulls off the girl's red wig. At this point, they're fighting on the streets. I hate when they do that. I hate when they fight in the streets like that. Like, it's just so cringe to me, so ghetto. I'm sorry. I just don't like it. Y'all keep it inside? I mean, people start pulling out their phones, people walking around looking. It's just embarrassing to me. That's just how I feel. Their fight was definitely giving cat fight. Um, and I really couldn't tell who won, honestly. But the second fight they had, old girl who she said was her replacement with the red on, she come around the corner and she's trying to hit Ciroc from the back while she fighting the other girl. I'm just like, so you jumping. Then when she hits her, she literally runs her ass back around to the car and gets in the car. Like, girl, what are you doing? You acting scary, ho. You acting real scary. It was just so embarrassing watching the fight. You got people stopping. A guy in the motorcycle, he didn't stop what he was doing to look. People recording, people coming out their businesses and houses trying to see what the hell going on. I'm just like, oh my gosh, cringe. I'm surprised nobody calls the police in these moments. Because so this happens quite a bit where things are overflow outside when they're fighting inside, overflow outside. It actually happens again with pressure. So I'm just like surprised nobody calls the cops on them. Like, it's just crazy. Then Tommy rolls down her window and she's popping shit from inside the car. Like, you could tell Tommy don't want to fight. She really never does want to fight if you really think about it. She comes in, does these grand entrances, and when it's time to fight, she's either trying to pull out some type of weapon, mace somebody, or that she didn't mace nobody, but um pull out BB gun, something of that nature she's trying to do when it's time for her to fight. She really doesn't want to fight because she can't fight. Then Ciroc takes a hawk and spit at Tommy while she's talking shit from in the car. And I don't know if it landed anywhere, but it was disgusting. Period. That's all I got to say about that. Now, here is the biggest part of the show. We get to meet Big Pressure, which I love me some Pressure, y'all. If y'all don't watch Now That's TV, Big Pressure is somebody who's been on Now That's TV from the very beginning. And Pressure and Ivory have had their issues in the past. I will never forget this one episode of South Central Baddies where Pressure, I mean, Ivory was trying to get into Pressure and Liddy's room, and Pressure kind of like was on that with Ivory. Like, what you doing? What you coming to my room for? What is it? Like, what's up? What's going on? Why you coming up in my room? And Ivory melted like a little damn ice cream cone. I'm just trying to get this. I was just so shocked in that moment because Ivory is always the type of person who is gonna always pop off. And when she didn't do that for Pressure, it just gave to me in that moment. She didn't want that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, Ivory and Pressure have a history. Um, and they brought it over to Zeus. Ivory's body is really tea. Like, whoever did her, I think it was Dr. Curves. He did his big one with her body. I think Dr. Curves also did Killer, and I'm not sure how she's looking. I haven't really got to see a good look, but I've seen people on social media saying it's not good. I don't understand how he could do so great on one and not great on the other, but different bodies, different things, different ways of how they wanted it, I guess. So they're walking into DCB and Ivory are walking into this studio, I guess you could say. And they're talking about, being back on the show. She's talking about I wasn't left off bad and bougie. But technically, sis, you were kind of left off bad and bougie because you weren't on the last season. So, anyway, but she looks really cute. So I'm guessing DTB is supposed to be over the Now That's Zeus girls, Now That's TV girls, trying to make sure they can get it off their chest. Pretty much just trying to make them fight, child. ET, child. There is nothing that I like about ET. There is nothing that I like about ET. She comes in, child, line that shit up. She just, even Ivory said something. I know Ivory said something under her breath. I was reading her lips. Like, bitch, what the fuck you got on? Like, you look a mess. She's just, I, I don't care for ET. Nothing that she could do could make me like her, period. So then we have Baddies Gone Wild girls. Bahati goes to meet with them in some type of park or something like that. Um, and we have Daisy. Daisy, I can't stand her. Daisy is in some type of beef with Bahati because she says that Bahati posted her address online. Don't seem like they really get into it about it too much. They didn't fight about it. So I guess Daisy's thinking I got bigger fish to fry, like Rolly ass. So that was that. Then pulls up Hurricane M. Can't stand her. And then TT ass. Can't stand her either. The only girl that I like from Baddies Gone Wild is Bahati. Period. And then there was another girl. She's having a baby now. I can't Jahaba. I can't think of her name, but it was only so many of the bad girls gone wild that I liked because they did too much. It was just I wasn't feeling them. So then they get into the topic of the reunion. TT wants not TT. What's that girl name? Hurricane. She wants to know why Bahati was trying to jump her at the reunion. She said I thought we was cool, and Bahati was like, I didn't jump you. I tried to jump you. It's a difference. And these hoes get to scrapping. When it comes to who won the fight between Hurricane M and Bahati, I would say, child, it wasn't too much to rate. They was just scratching and pulling and all of that. That was it. So Ivory got a problem with pressure, and so does ET. She got a problem with pressure too. So then we see my bitch Pressure pulling up, honey. She's popping her shit hair like, yes, bitch, I'm up in this motherfucker. Y'all didn't think I could make it, but a bitch here. I actually liked Pressure's confessional look. I really liked the star on the eye, and I liked the cowgirl look. I thought it was cute. I thought it was different. I definitely think Pressure is going to be the star. Like she said, because I am the star. Yeah. I definitely think Pressure is going to bring that energy to the show big time. So as soon as Pressure comes in, honey, her and Ivory start going at it. Next thing you know, here come raggedy ass ET jumping on her back, trying to jump. So Pressure, you can hear her saying constantly, are y'all jumping me? Y'all jumping me? Like for real? Y'all jumping me? So they fight a couple times. I do say Ivory definitely took the W. But that last fight where they went outside, I guess to like a balcony, a patio, whatever. Child Pressure was trying to fight Ivory. She slid on that damn. I think it was a trash bag or something. And she slid on that girl. I said, "Oh Lord, Pressure. You know Pressure's a tall. She a big bitch. She tall." So she went down, and Ivory took the opportunity to start uppercutting her ass. Then they start getting into the topic of fuck your baby. Like what? They was fighting, saying "fuck your baby, bitch, fuck your baby, bitch, fuck your baby." I'm just like, why? Why the babies taking the L's? Why we gotta bring the kids in it like that? Like, come on now. I didn't like that at all. Why y'all saying fuck each other's kids and stuff? Sometimes low just be too low. Can we just fly above, fly above the bullshit? Something. Sometimes I feel like Ivory wants to be the only Now That's TV girl on Zeus. Sometimes it gives that. Like she just kept saying, I'm just irritated that she here. I'm irritated that she here. It's bothering me that she here. So I'm just like, I don't know, because I think Big Pressure is about to bring the bring the bullshit to the show. I definitely think that she might be giving star behavior. Like for real. If you know Pressure, then you know what I'm talking about. Then raggedy ass DTB decides to jump in on the fight. She's already getting clocked by Ivory, ET, and now you want to jump in at the very last minute talking about my friend's dad. So I had to hit you. I'm just like, girl, you did not have to hit her like that. You did not have to do that. You did not have to insert yourself. The girl was getting jumped already. Like she was already getting beat up. Like I don't understand why you felt like you had to jump in that moment. But we know DTB is gonna always take a moment for herself. Then to look at Pressure and see that that girl didn't have not one mark, scratch, bite, lick, not one nothing on her face, no bruise, no nothing on her face when she left. Y'all obviously didn't do a good job jumping her. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And then here goes another fight that ends up getting, you know, going out to the outdoors where people can see once again fighting on the street. Pressure was trying to leave, but they ended up going over out to the street and they continued to fight. So then we have Natalie and Rolly going to the house where the ladies will be staying for the remainder of the season. They have these pictures up. They have pictures of all the duos, all the trios. They had pictures of Roly, I'm sorry, no, of Lex, Summer, Dolly, some pictures of Anna and Biggie and Tasiki, Mariah. I guess this is them trying to see if they can rekindle something with the groups because some of them are definitely, on the brink of breaking up. So that's why they did the picture thing, I'm pretty sure. But this meeting here is to see what they can do to rekindle those relationships. And I actually liked that they did the picture thing. I really like that. I think they should do that with not just only the trios, but with all of the girls. Just kind of have those candid moments around the house. I think that's cute. So then they introduce Tasiki, Mariah, Biggie, and they're kind of also like showing some flashbacks of the three of the four of them, included with Anna Mac, which we know Anna Mac is not coming back because of the beef with her and Lemuel, if I'm not mistaken. And she's married. She's marrying a football guy, so she probably feel like she don't have to be back. She probably feel like she's set for life. But sis, I wouldn't put all that on that nigga. Okay, I'm just saying. So they do start talking about the hug situation with Biggie getting into a fight with Lex and then Tasiki hugging her literally like 5 seconds after. If I was Biggie, I probably would have felt some type of way about that as well. You're supposed to be my best friend. This girl literally just socked me in my shit, and then you turn around and give the girl a hug like it's a congratulations. I don't think I would like that. And I understand where Biggie's coming from. Like Biggie said, like I'm not trying to ask you to fight the bitch, but damn, like don't give her no motherfucking hug. Like don't do that at least. So I get where Biggie's coming from with that. So Biggie comes in the house. She does have great energy. She seems like she's not on any type of timing. She hugs everybody, including Tasiki. And she's saying, that's a 4-year relationship right there. Like it's gonna be take more than that basically to have me and her fall out. So Biggie's explaining like it was just the instant hug that made me feel like you didn't care about me. Like you literally instantly gave her a hug right after the bitch sucked me. So I like I said before, I get Biggie's point of view. Tasik is kind of like, well, I would have hugged anybody that wanted a hug. I would hug anybody that wanted a hug. But anybody that wants a hug didn't just slap the fuck out of your friend, your best friend. So I don't know. Then they kept bringing up, I think Tiki said something about, you can't tell me what to do with my hands, and Biggie was trying to explain in the moment, like, it's not about your hands. It wasn't about you fighting her. It was just the fact that you instantly hugged her like that that made me feel some type of way. So then Tasiki's like, I'm not doing anything that I don't want to do. I'm not gonna fight nobody that, for anybody else. But that's not what Biggie was saying though. She wasn't saying she wanted you to sock the bitch. She was just saying don't give the bitch a fucking church hug after she done hit my ass in the face. So we're gonna go ahead and end that part. So then we go ahead and meet up with Lex, Dolly, and Summer. They're showing us some flashbacks of their relationship and how everything was good, and pretty much, everything's not good now. So Lex and Dolly is talking with Natalie and Rolly a little bit about everything, and when did the moment happen that y'all realized that y'all couldn't, amend things. And then here comes Summer Honey. She comes in, Beyonce's here, Beyonce's here. Like, bitch, pop your shit. I like some of y'all. I like Summer. I love her personality. It's just, honey, y'all talk shit about her, but look at where the fuck she's at right now. Like, she is popping for real. So Summer, they're like, Natalie's trying to, like, say, is there anything that we could do to make this work? Is there anything that we could say to make this work? And Summer is like, no. Like, Summer don't want to deal with it no more. You could tell she don't want to fight anymore. You could tell that she's just really over it. Like, I don't want to talk about this no more. Like, it's dead to me. And then Lex is like, well, it doesn't seem like you're over it because you stay talking shit on the internet. So you must not be over it yet because you still talking. So Dolly and Summer end up getting into a fight. I'm just like, can we stop? Can we dead it? Like, do we need to continue to see y'all fight? I don't think we really do. So yeah, they fight about 2 or 3 times, and then that was pretty much the end of the episode. Next episode though, looks like we're gonna get the cabaret girls to meet up. Miss Wet Wet shows her face. I think we got Egypt, and then we got what's the girl's name? Start with a K. Kamaya, something like that. Oh, and I forgot about Amber Ali. She's going to be on here as well. So this season definitely seems like it's going to be a lot of drama. It's going to be a lot of girls. So of course, with more girls, it's more drama. So yeah, I'm excited about this season. We'll see what's left to come. Make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Support a black business. And I will be back to do BBO. I'm thinking maybe today. Um, After I upload this one, then I'll probably do BBO next. So yeah, thank y'all for watching again. Y'all have a great day. Peace.